Hello, hello, hello. It's Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to talk about a gentleman. His name's Steve Potts. He sent me an email. He said it's okay to use his name. Steve Potts lives here in the Philippines. He's been here about 2 years. He's on a tourist visa. He's got 1 more year left. He has a Filipina. He's a fiance. She wants to get married really fast. And this is one of the things that he was asking me. He says, it's okay that you come here and it's okay everything. He's expecting a baby. One thing that he did, he said, is really get to know your lady. He said, okay, I'm going to live with my lady a period of time. I'm going to really get to know her before I commit to her. I'm going to really get to know her actions and how she does things. And I'm not just going to marry somebody. I'm not just going to come here and marry somebody right off the street. So, as she said, he's been here for 2 years, and there's some things that his Filipina he's talked to her about does not seem to be changing. And one of the things is that she has temper tantrums. It's not as if she's younger. He's 58 and she is 37. Well, 37. But, it should have been past that era. But he says she has temper tantrums, and she will get angry and throw things. And, of course, now she's pregnant, and he tells her, calm down, calm down. He said, I don't want to go through this the rest of my life. I have 2 choices. She wants to get married now. His visa's going to be coming up next year. It's going to be up in October next year. So he has to get married, right, by October next year. Or he takes care of the child, his responsibility, he says, a fund, a trust fund, a monthly income coming in. He leaves her. Or he stays with her and fights through this. Now, he said he has numerous red flags. He throws temper tantrums. She gets mad and not speaks to him for a couple days at a time. That's tempo. You have to get that straight. He got it straight. It was okay for that first year. The first year, everything was fine, and then it started following thereafter. He said the first year was just perfect. And then the tendency started coming out. A red flag would come up, and they get an argument, and he said they were getting another argument, and then she would pick up a phone and throw at him a brand new phone they just bought and break it. He said, I'm not buying another one, and didn't. Then she'd throw another tempo about that. And it's gotten to the point, it's affected the relationship 100%. He's to the verge, he says, I'm just going to take care of the baby. I'm going to leave you. In his mind, he's not said that to her. So what he's saying is, if you're coming to the Philippines, please make sure that you really know your lady. He said maybe a year is not long enough, maybe 2 years not long enough. Maybe you need to live with her for 3 years or 4 years before you start getting in a commitment to the relationship in marriage. That's a big plus. I mean, do you really know anybody when you do get married? I mean, do you really know them? Say you dated for a year or 2 years, but you're not with them 24 hours a day or 7 days a week. Do you really know who that person is? That's a big question. Do you really know? Well, you know what? Ruth and I, we're together now 24/7. Does she really know? She pretty well knows who I am now after 5 years. But then in the beginning, she really didn't know who it was. We kind of just figured it out, but she was flexible and I was flexible. Things that I didn't like, she was okay with, and things I didn't like, so we kind of figured it out. As long as we keep an open attitude, her and I always got along. Meaning, if she had a riff or something that I said or something that I did, she'll tell me. But in a nice way. She won't come up and just get on. And I do the same to her. Hey, honey, if you don't mind, tomorrow night, let's make this a family night. We don't do this, we don't do that, we don't do this, do that. And so we started doing that, and of course that's common communication, right? Well, apparently Steve is having a problem. And so he's trying to figure that out. Of course, here comes the music now, right when I'm starting to do this. But he's trying to figure that out. What should he do? Should he stay with her? Should he leave? His decision right now as it stands, he's going to leave her. He's just going to get up and walk away from her, give her a monthly income to take care of her and the baby, and just go off from there. He's got a nice place, he said. It's all paid for. Everything is fine. So she doesn't have to worry about anything. He just takes care of the monetary monthly, whatever it's incurred there. He's thinking about that. And he's not married. He's not tied down other than that. I think it's PLET he's tied to, and something else he said. I don't know, something else in here. But I would, if it was me, I really don't know what I would do. So it's out to everybody out there, my subscribers, kind of giving input here on this. So we got Steve. He's out there. He's doing his thing. Mr. Potts. He's trying to do the very best he can do. And then His wife changed after about a year. He's been with her now for 2 years, and he's really thinking about, why am I going through this? I left USA because of this, and there's no reason for me to be going through this now. There's no reason that I even have to even attempt this aggravation. Now, he said the first year they went to the mall, they did their things. The second year it was basically the same until the honey badger hit. Once the honey badger hit, it kind of started really going downhill. Even right about February, right around there, it started going downhill. And he said what it was is it's not as if that she's getting the things that she gets everything she wants. It's just the thing of the red flags are coming up of her temper tantrums and her not talking to him for 2-3 days. He said, I never have a problem with that. I asked him, I said, did you change something? Did the whole environment change? Did you move away from her mother or family or something like that? Well, he goes, no, family's still around. Family's down the road. They don't really come visit that much, and never really did anyway. So it's not as if that was something that was there. You know, it's like a lot of families, they stick around, they stick close and things like that. But a lot of them, you know, they got their own lives. Everybody does their own thing anyway. So Steve, the shout out is, what does Steve do? I say, Steve, you figure out what you think is best for you and just do it. If you think the thing is to leave her and go do your merry way, but make sure you take care of that child, that's the thing you do. The key is take care of the child. It's your child. But he's not going to raise no father. But he said, I'll be responsible for the father, but I don't know that once we separate, I don't know if she's going to let me have that responsibility back. What if I get with another lady somewhere else down the road? She's going to let me have my son or daughter. So that's the limit you get in. That's the problem a lot of times. He said, yeah, he came from U.S. He said, man, I did some bad stuff in USA. I got with someone. I wish I never did. And so when I come to the Philippines, I am not going to get married when I hit the boots on the ground here. So now for 2 years, he's not married. The first year we're fine and fantastic. And he was thinking the second year, okay, maybe we'll go ahead and tie the knot. But he started seeing some red flags come about January and February. These red flags meaning throwing things and temper tantrums and things like that. Now, it's not as if she was recently pregnant at that time. She didn't get pregnant now until July and August. So it's not like that portrayed in that decision. I asked him that question. I said, was she going, was that happening then? No. Everything was fine. So now that decision, now he's got a baby. It's on its way. They're not married. So what does he do? I want to thank everybody for always watching our videos. Thank you so much. And God bless.